Hi Brandon, it's Jen from Dayton, Ohio. The first time that I saw you live was in June of 2016. You were opening for Jake Owen at the Phrase Pavilion in Kettering, Ohio. And I remember thinking, who's this Brandon Lay guy? I actually looked up your music beforehand, downloaded the Reckless EP, and I gotta say, I've been hooked ever since. Love the music, love your sound, just absolutely enjoy every moment of it. So, with that, I have 5 questions for you. What is your favorite song to perform live? Both your song and a cover song.
My favorite song to do live is Still Rock and Roll. You know, it kicks pretty hard, so that one's always a fan favorite. And as far as covers go, that one's tough, you know, because I made a living playing so many covers back in the day. But I'll have to say, every time I see Atlantic City on there, I get ready to play. You know, that one always just feels good in the pocket. I like the band's rendition of it. Love Bruce Springsteen's, but you know, the band's feels a little more Saturday night, feels a little more country, and that's kind of what I like.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Best advice I've ever been given, I think Kenny mentioned to me at the beginning of the tour, the Kenny Chesney tour back in 18, to just give to the fans. They're there to have a good time. It's all about them. And he obviously showed me that the whole summer, because definitely the temptation was there to worry about how I was standing, if I was looking cool and all that stuff. And, you know, the first couple of weekends I probably was thinking more about myself, honestly, than I was the fans. And that's what it's all about. So I think that connection has to happen. And that's something Kenny Chesney taught me.
So you've opened for Jake Owen, Kenny Chesney, Brantley Gilbert, but if you could open for anyone, who would it be and why?
Probably Jackson Browne or Bob Seger, one of those two. And the reason why, I have a songwriter side. I like just, you know, me and my guitar, but I also love stadium rock and arena rock. And to me, those guys were able to marry those intimate songs and lyrics with stadium felt anthems. And so guys like Bob Seger and Tom Petty and Jackson Browne are definitely those types, and Bruce Springsteen. But I would really love to do a show with Jackson Browne.
What tricks of the trade or road hacks, for lack of a better term, have you learned along the way since touring?
My drummer, Josh Weaver, calls them cheap pops, but they're, I guess, more or less along the lines of, how y'all doing? Or how about them Tigers, whatever town you're in? He'll whisper in my ear. He's got a mic back there, and he's like, cheap pops, cheap pops. So, you know, every now and then it gets quiet when the band's taking a break, and, you know, sometimes you need a little mojo to interact with the fans, and sometimes cheap pops are all you got, and sometimes they work.
And then the 5th and final question. What is the most trouble that you and the band have gotten into?
Oh gosh, the most trouble we've got into? We're pretty mild-mannered. I'm not just lying to you. I think a lot of when the radio reps from my record label, from Universal, come out, I don't know what they're used to, but they're like, man, y'all are so chill. So we have forensic files that plays on the bus 24/7. And so before show and after show, like, we fall asleep to forensic files that we've got it in the bunk. Like, that just gives you any indication of, you know, we can throw down pretty hard, don't get me wrong, but by and large, we're much more in that stage of life.
Thank you for taking the time to answer my questions today, for your meet and greets, for taking the time with your fans to get to know them and just make them feel special like you do, for the wonderful music you put out, and for the live performances that you've been doing during this crazy time. Can't tell you how much all of that is greatly appreciated, and just can't wait till we can get back out there and see you live again. Take care.